Our kids are living in fear every single time they set foot in the classroom because they think they're going to be next. What are we doing?
Senator Chris Murphy. Hi.
Hi.
Here we are again. Okay, well, I'm out of things to say. Are you guys out of things to say?
I'm just tired.
I might just cry.
I'm tired.
You know, it's going to be all of us. I was thinking last week, Buffalo is my hometown, so that hit particularly hard. And I just, we're one less than, by the way, that's already out of date. What Senator Murphy said, it's 19?
19 kids.
Yeah.
And 3 adults.
19 kids and 3 adults, and the grandmother is in critical.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
it was confusing yesterday that
Everyone was confused yesterday. No one.
because we may not ever know a motive if the grandmother doesn't survive, and it's yeah. I mean, the numbers. You knew when you heard how many people were in critical that the numbers were going to go up.
It went from I had the news on. It was like 2
yeah.
and 14 wounded, and then all of a sudden it was 14 dead, and it was just like,
Yeah.
what's that? I literally
So
said to
we're-
Dylan, "Go, that can't be right." They would just said 14.
We're one
wounded.
less than Sandy Hook, 19, as opposed to 20. I mean, it's this is where we are, right? I can't even look at those graphs anymore. The school shootings in every other country in the world in single digits, 288 this year,
Yeah.
and we're only in May in the United States. I mean, it's and thank God the president, others made the point again. There's mental illness everywhere.
Everywhere.
There's all of these factors everywhere. Yeah. Only here. Only here. And by the way, how's the whole good guy with a gun thing going, right?
No.
Police were in pursuit of him already
Yeah.
because of his grandmother. So, and they said the tactical team was outgunned and had to call for backup.
Yeah.
In Buffalo, you had a retired policeman, security guard, outgunned. And here we go again with the, teachers need to be armed. It's just, we need just more people with guns. Ted Cruz, again, I can't even look at him.
Ruben
they're
Gallego.
just going to...
Ruben Gallego.
Ruben Gallego was
He's my
fire
hero.
yesterday.
He's got all the Fs to give.
He is exactly where we should be.
Yes.
Him and Chris Murphy, the level of... I can't... Oh, my God. Our friend Fred Goldman
Gutenberg.
did every show... Gutenberg, sorry. Did every show yesterday.
Yeah. Still doing shows.
Right?
He said he
And
didn't
it's-
sleep last
and
night.
I just, this whole... God bless him. But that whole parade, right, where we have to cart out all the Sandy Hook parents and the Parkland parents and make them go through their pain again to explain what this pain is like for the parents now in Texas. It's... Yeah, Ruben Gallego, God bless him, right? What was it that, Ted Cruz, God, it just
Thoughts
that
and prayers.
smarmy face. It doesn't matter what the subject is. It doesn't matter it's school kids. Oh, my God, this state. They can't even keep the power on. And by the way, yesterday, primary day, they were talking about how confusing that the voting, because guess what? In Texas, you can vote with a gun ID, but not a student ID.
Yeah.
Anyway, but the laws they put into place were confusing even Republican
Yeah.
voters because they're so focused on keeping people from voting. Forget doing, I mean, the gun laws are insane in Texas. There aren't any. You don't need a permit. You don't need training. And nothing.
No.
Nothing. And of course, this was an AR. You know, it's just like, of course. How are you going to kill that many people that quickly with the police, with a tactical team already? I mean, how could you have a much quicker response, right? Okay. So, yes, Ted Cruz said, inevitably, when there's a murder of this kind, you see politicians try to politicize. Oh, shut up. Making your bacon on your AR-15
Go to
for
hell,
your
Ted.
Wow.
stupid campaign ad.
While he is politicizing it
Right.
with this statement.
Right. Let's see. But you see Democrats and a lot of folks in the media whose immediate solution is try to restrict the constitutional rights of law-abiding citizens. No one's talking about that. The vast majority of gun owners want what we've been talking
Common
about
sense.
for years. Just background check. Something. Anything. Do anything. Anyway, Ruben Gallego was just on fire. He just... You NRA, he tweeted. He responded to Ted Cruz. You, Ted Cruz, you care about a fetus, but you'll let our children get slaughtered. Just get your ass to Cancun. You're useless. Good for him.
Yeah.
And then he said, just to be clear, you, Ted Cruz, you baby killer. This is the level we need to be at.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, it's true. You also went
In
for cinema,
response to
too.
Daryl Issa tweeting thoughts and prayers, he said, your prayers, they haven't worked for the last 20 mass shootings. How about passing laws that will stop these killings? And thank you, he even fired Kirsten Sinema And her thoughts and prayers tweet. She said, please just stop. Unless you're willing to break the filibuster to actually pass sensible gun control measures, you might as well just say thoughts and prayers, right? I mean, it's... Okay. Oh, and Greg Abbott's old tweet, of course, came up again. He tweeted, I'm embarrassed. Texas #2 in the nation for new gun purchases behind California. Let's pick up the pace, Texans. Oh, this is all just a ha-ha to them, isn't it?
Yeah.
With Ted Cruz and his bacon and right, Abbott. Really, we have 40 million people here. That's what you're worried about, Texas? You don't care about your power grids on, or the Texans have insurance, which I believe they're #1 in the nation for uninsured. But you care that people aren't buying enough guns. We have 400 million guns, right, in this country,
We don't
more
need
than
them.
people. I mean, yes. I'm
So
sorry.
we don't need them.
Did you guys have thoughts? I'm sorry. I'm a little bit of a...
No, I mean, it's the same thing over and over again. I don't know that anything's going to change.
Well, I've got somebody, who is it? Frank Flaguzzi, our friend, we just had on yesterday, said, he said, I have to be hopeful because I can't, otherwise, what are we going to do? Lay down and die? I can't. We have to try to do something. And I don't know. The midterms being this close this time, I have no idea. But how many times can we say it? You have to replace them. You have to replace every
That's the
Republican.
only way you're going to solve this problem. Get rid of them.
Yes.
All of them.
I mean, and this midterm in particular.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. You first of all have to take back that pro-life party bolt from them, right? Mm-hmm. They want women to die left and right from back alley abortions. They don't care.
Or get
how
shot.
many kids die.
They don't care.
Yeah. Oh, my God. Yeah, I don't. Wow, I just realized this is several hours old. Okay. That's completely irrelevant now, right?
I just don't know that, nothing changed after Sandy Hook. And if
Yes, I
nothing-
know, but if we stay in that,
Parkland,
if
and-
we stay in that
Sandy Hook
mindset,
it was particularly egregious because it was little kids, just like this one.
No, I agree on that one, but
nothing
also,
changed after Sandy Hook. I don't think anything's going to change after this.
But
Well,
I'm sorry
I'm
sorry to be cynical, but that's what's
well,
going to happen.
if we cave into that, then nothing will ever change. If we try to do everything we can to replace every Republican, anybody that votes against gun reform, then that's where we're always going to be.
I thought when we had the kids from Parkland who could talk in a way that the Sandy Hook kids couldn't, they could first person talk about what they experienced. Maybe that would add some reality to it.
We have to make
It's
the
just
case
nothing. It's
to
going to make the
every
difference.
sane person out there, regardless of party. Adam Schiff said, imagine how many children wouldn't be slaughtered in school if pro-life was more than a talking point for Republicans in Congress.
Thank you.
Rob Reiner said the blood of every child that dies of gun violence in this country is on the hands of the Republican Party. It's just these poor Sandy Hook parents and Parkland parents last night. It just, you can see they're reliving it all over again in their face. Maggie said after Sandy Hook, I read about how the group of parents waiting in a firehouse had dwindled until finally they were told if they were still there, their children were dead. The reporters wrote that the screaming could be heard from the street. I will never forget that. And Laura, one last one. Enough thoughts and enough prayers. We shouldn't have to live like this anymore. Vote this November against any politician that values guns over our lives, and make sure your family members and friends do the same. That's where I need to be this morning. Chris, I can't give in to cynicism. We don't have time for cynicism and to say nothing will ever change. You have to have the level that Ruben Gallego had. That Steve Kerr. Do we have that? Steve Kerr, just a basketball coach. But he's just, he expresses, I think, the level of outrage a lot of Americans are at. That we're just going to go play a basketball game now. Like, this just happens every day here. And, what do you say? Like, go Mavs, go whoever. I mean, I feel like there's enough people across the spectrum that have had enough. And that's why even this that I have to write, I was going to do a, COVID something. Vaccine t-shirt today, and I'm like, oh, okay, back into the gun violence t-shirts, right? Like, oh, how many do we have? How many marches? How many this? How many that? Right? Yeah. A lot of people have a lot of thoughts. Anita in San Antonio, I thought of yesterday, your home state. Hi, Anita, welcome.
Good morning. Yeah, that Uvalde is like it's just west of San Antonio.
Yeah.
And I think there's 2 people in the hospital here still.
Yeah.
A little girl who might die. I mean,
Yeah.
still, there's maybe 20 kids.
Yeah.
But,
same as Sandy Hook. I mean, it's just the fact that
exactly.
it's like a video game.
So
like,
eerie.
oh, we're behind. It's only behind Virginia Tech and whatever, Sandy Hook for the body count, right? I mean, it's, yeah.
Well, I was so angry listening to Greg Abbott, I swear to God. He said it was incomprehensible. He called it incomprehensible.
No, it's not.
He flooded Texas with guns. No,
How about predictable? The word is predictable. Right.
Exactly. I mean, and I'm tired of hearing all the excuses. All countries have mental illness. They have domestic disturbances. They have people. They have, criminals. Yeah. But they don't have, their country isn't flooded with guns.
Yeah.
And that's the difference. We have easy access to guns.
They need to talk to us about this bill that Texas passed, because this is the other thing I'm so sick of. If Republicans trying to claim they're the party of police, they're the pro-police party, and Democrats are defund the police party, even though no Democrat ever said defund the police. But here we go. All the police unions were against this bill they passed in Texas, right? And they ignored them.
Yeah. Yeah, because you can carry concealed weapon without any training, without anything. You can just buy a gun and conceal it, basically.
Yeah.
So the police are scared because they can't question people, and check to see if they have a gun now, because they are legally able to carry one. That's what
they've accomplished, making it so hard to vote and so easy to buy a gun, right? I mean, that is what this election's about.
Yeah, you can't buy a beer at 18, but you can buy a lethal weapon, okay? Or 2 on your birthday, like this guy did.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just, and then he said the guy, it was a pistol and maybe a rifle. No, a pistol wouldn't kill that many people in such a short time, and he knew it. Yeah. He didn't want to say AR-15, which is so lethal. Yeah. These kids have to have
please, by the way, gunsplainers, just hold your calls. I'm not going to take them. It's like it was an AR-type weapon, whatever, right? I mean, we all know you don't get that body count.
Testing.
What's that?
Yeah. The parents are having to come in for DNA testing because their kids can't be recognized. This is just so disgusting. And we have to do something. I can't be cynical about it. What we have to do is we just have to elect more Democrats who will vote to do something.
Yeah. I mean, Anita, the combination of this and Roe, I don't know what else it will take you. And January 6th, I don't know what it will take you to get out and vote. If saving our democracy and our children, our right to vote, and women's rights, and which, again, include men's rights. Like, I don't know why we don't talk more about forcing men to be fathers that don't want to be fathers, right?
I don't think most men, most men do not agree with overturning Roe because of that. Right. But, there's a reason why Russia invested in the NRA.
Right.
Because
and they're going to, of course, go ahead with their thing on Friday, right, in Houston. Of course. Why would we pause at all out of respect to anybody, right?
Yeah, I don't know what to, I'm speechless. I mean, we have to do something.
I thought of you because I know this was close to San Antonio, and I just, like I said, Anita, Buffalo's my hometown. It's going to be all of us. It will be all of us at the amount of carnage we're at, right?
We have to get out and we have to vote. The problem is not enough people really put this issue, on the top of their minds when they go and vote. But it has to be. Yeah. It has to be. We can't go to the movies. We can't go to a concert. Yeah. We can't go to the grocery stores. We can't send our kids to school.
Yeah.
Can't go to church.
We can't go to clubs.
Yeah. Church.
We can't
anywhere.
Go to church.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And what does Greg Abbott do? He makes it easy for you to, go to a bar packing.
Yeah.
Anywhere.
Yeah, guns and alcohol historically have been a good combination.